Hello everyone, this is Puppy from Suburban14 coming back with another video. I wanted to try to quickly go over early game legendary season. It's going to apply the same as Conquest basically, except the mechanics can be a little bit different when it comes to upgrading all your structures. Before it was Aether Crystals. These cost quite a bit more resources, but they took up to 4 days to produce. Now it is Azure Crystals. So you can produce for 10 hours up to 999 pieces, and as you progress your buildings, it costs more and more to upgrade. There is an order which I would recommend to do. I would work on your castle first. Do whatever required to get to level 60. The forge is going to be one of the last things you upgrade. Every single time you upgrade your castle, just like before, you have to do your wall, you have to do your training grounds. I made the mistake of getting Academy to level 57. You may have needed to 56. I have to double check and see. But doing Academy to level 57, I wanted to test the upgrades for the Arrow Storm. You get Bowman attack only up to level 4. It's not bad, but I can't tell the difference that much. I believe that the castle to level 60, then your barracks, depending on your march, you need to get those done first. In the immortal section, you also get physical attack here. I think these also... No, I don't think these... I think these were available before. I believe it's just these that get unlocked. But once you get your castle to level 60, you then want to start working on your barracks. So depending on what your march is, so for example, if you're running a march, such as Ahmed's, where he has bowmen and he has cavalry, because his carry is Alex, the first thing you want to work on is cavalry. I'm pretty sure whenever you progress your castle to 60, cavalry will be level 57 already. It could be 56. I think it's 57 though. Unfortunately, spearmen will be 58, and for most folks, a spearman is not going to be in their main march, unfortunately. And I think they do this on purpose just to make you mad, but that's okay. But once you get your cavalry done, then work on your bowmen, and then your barracks are complete. And that's if you're running an Alex carry march. And then do your academy. And once the academy is done, you can then start slowly building up everything else. When it comes to transmuting your Azure Crystals, when you cancel, you don't lose too much resources. You lose about, I think it was 2 mil food, which is not that bad. But you want to be sure before you go to work, before you go to bed, that you cancel whatever you've done already, or whatever's left over that hasn't been crafted, so that when you wake up or when you get off work, that it's not sitting there already completely done, because you're losing progress. During the monthly festival, if you are trying to be competitive and at least a mid spender, then I would consider getting the Stellar Core Crystals every single time. It costs 900 to get, I believe, 300 of these. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it costs 900 Grail. I would highly recommend to get this. It makes such a difference with completing your upgrades. Do not do it if you already have your barracks, your academy, and your castle done. If it's for anything else, it's not worth it. Just progress slowly, because nothing else is going to contribute to your overall strength in your march. If you are struggling with resources, then I would suggest finding dead castles. I have a few farms that are decent with resources, but I think it's even easier to just look around Norheim and try to find dead castles. They can give you quite a bit of resources. Make pens. I have a ton here. They can get pretty good amount, anywhere from 6 to 10 mil bare minimum, because you're going to need these resources to then upgrade your barracks in your castle and whatnot. So it's very important to have resources. I have players who are sitting at 2 to 6 mil resources somehow. I had one who just didn't know about farming dead castles, so I helped that player, and I even let this player hit some of my farms as well. Also, when you're progressing in Legendary, you want to get your carries to level 35 boost, and especially on days where you have double rewards, you want to use the medium AP recovery pots here using your gems. Don't do the top or bottom until the medium ones are done. I believe you get 12 tries, 10 tries, it could be 8 tries. I might be getting it mixed up with the AP or the SP pots. You try to do this every day just to get your march to level 60. And then if you have a decent second march, then you can start working on your second march too with doing the sweeps or the raids. Only thing is early in legendary, until you get your boost to level 35, you will get a lot of troop loss. So tread with caution. Well of Time also unlocks. I can't remember where it begins. I think it's only 2 stages that maybe 8. I think 18.8 is the last one that you get before legendary. But this didn't make much of a difference. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. It could just be because I have red skills. But it goes to 21.8, and the battle power is 1.48 mil, which I don't think it really is. And then when you do elites, also go as far as you can and make sure you complete these daily just like you always have. Also, early in legendary, you're going to have access to elemental domain. So the way this works is every day there's going to be a certain one that unlocks. Monday is water, Tuesday is fire, so on and so forth. I would say fire, water, earth, maybe lightning, then wind. In that order will be the order of difficulty from easiest to hardest. When you get to your weekend, you have access to Shadow and Chaos and Holy. You can also choose, if you don't have any of those immortals strong enough to complete it, you can also choose any day of the week. So if you have a Fire March as your main, you can do Fire for the weekend. So if you can at least complete one of these first 5, you then have 3 guaranteed times a week where you can get the chest to then work on your equipment. That's another thing too. If your march is level 60 on the level, just stay away from doing the raids until it is double rewards, because it's going to cost quite a bit. I want to say like 8.59 mil is what you need to upgrade your equipment here. I have about 1 mil right now, so I'm very far away. I want to say it's 8.59 mil to complete a piece. What I usually do, because I am impatient, I will get about 7 mil and then we'll do it, and then I'll be level 58 of 60. You do need these pieces here, the forging stones. You get these from the chests that you get from the elemental domain. Once you have 100, you can then bound it to your immortal and it will give them certain stats. The first ones you want to work on for the mythic equipment is going to be your carry. Once you complete your carry, then you can then do either a secondary carry like Alex, or you can work on it's kind of tough to decide which one to do. Some people did their support first, some did their tank first. I did the tank because I feel like if your front line dies, then your back line dies sooner. But I could be wrong. Definitely do your carries first. If you ever want to re-roll your artifacts, then I would wait until you have about 60 left over of these to then consider re-rolling. When you get to about 20 and you find one that's decent but not as good as what you would like, I would just stop, because you can have a completely dead roll and that will make your immortal a little bit weaker. But just make sure that you're doing the raids. If it is double rewards, it makes such a difference. I think you get about 6,000 to 9,000 of the pink crystals here, or the mythic gems, to upgrade your equipment. One small tip as well is when you are about to get your barracks to level 60, train as much as you can. Bowman, for example, you want to get about 650,000 of the troops before you upgrade, because you're going to go from 5 mil, or it says 6 mil here, so you're going to go from 6 mil to 10 mil for every 9.2, 9.4 thousand troops that you do train. It's very, very expensive. So max it out, then upgrade, and then that'll make your life a lot easier. You'll be able to save on a lot of resources. When you do start legendary, you also have access to level 60 dragon. Really, what's going to make the difference is getting it to level 58. If you don't have enough gold, then use that gold towards your immortals. The best method to farm gold is going to be the Infernal Assault here, which lasts for about 3 days, and it comes back every 2 weeks, either 2 weeks or a month. I want to say we get it bi-weekly. Once you get your dragon to level 58, if you have enough gold to get it to 60, then it will help a little bit. The most important thing is when you unlock 58, you get access to level 10 on your dragon talents, so get that done. Also, when you have your first frost completed, do not purchase the growl ability. I would consider just waiting until Grace gets unlocked, because the growl and the grudge ability, they will be unlocked with frost coins, they'll be unlocked in the upcoming frosts. But that's all I want to go over. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions about Legendary Season, please let me know in the comments. I will try to be helpful. I could even make a video on any specific topics that you have. I just want this channel to be as informative as possible, and if I have made any mistakes, please let me know. I enjoy constructive criticism. I'm sure anyone does, but I hope you guys found this helpful. Until next time, have a good day.
Yes, I am growing stronger. Yes, yes, I am growing very strong. My muscles are getting bigger. Yes, the sleeping times. Oh, sleep so many dream. Now it's time to pump the muscles. Yes, another day of muscles.